Hey, happy 2026. It's hard to believe that we are here, but today we are going to talk about the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I went out to Meta recently and I wanted to share a little bit about this really interesting technology. Ray-Ban is not the only company that is making these Meta glasses, and Google is starting to come out with their own version of it. So I wanted to share a little bit about wearable technology and what it might mean for education. Let's take a look. So here's the basics. You're going to start by saying, "Hey, Meta," and then the glasses bling and you know that it's open. And then you could ask for recommendations. You could translate text. You could actually ask the fastest way to get to Starbucks from where you are, whatever you're looking for. You're also able to send and receive voice messages, and you could take calls. The calls are really, really good. So you can't even hear the outside. The noise canceling is terrific. They also have branched out and have a bunch of different styles available and a bunch of different generations. So the Gen 1 Ray-Bans are just a little over $200 now, but they have Oakleys and a bunch of different variables. The new generation includes a wristband where you can actually use your hand to zoom the camera and things like that. So no question, it's a very cool and interesting technology, but let's talk about education. So what are the advantages? First, definitely being able to hear a translation of a student that's speaking another language in your class is huge. They have Spanish, French, Italian that all work very well, and they're adding new languages. So that is a definite plus. Second, they're partnering with Discovery and Adobe and a bunch of different companies so that it'll actually have educational software, because they're definitely leaning into the augmented reality zone where, the new generation has augmented reality on one lens, and at some point very soon, this will be fully augmented reality glasses. So for me, the biggest advantages are the open ear audio so that you actually don't have to put something in your ears. So you're walking around New York City, it's not a problem. You can actually hear what's going around you at the same time as you're asking questions or hearing your texts. And also just having an assistant at your hands all the time to ask questions about, what's in front of you, what's on your schedule. You could also live stream at any time to any of the Meta tools. So like if you go to Instagram, you're able to live stream. And that's a real advantage too. So, if you're at a conference or something like that and you want to share what you're doing, it's really helpful. Also, really important that they take prescriptions. So I just entered my prescription online after going to the eye doctor, and I had to get glasses anyway. So I figured, why not try these new Meta glasses? And I have to say, I'm really glad I did. New updates are always coming out. Now you can find your device, and they have conversation focus, which actually allows you to hear better in noisy situations. Plus things like this. This is hyperlapse, where you could go really fast in film, as well as slow motion, and you can control the amount of stabilization you have. You could also now send videos and photos hands-free. You could also restyle a photo just with audio as well as video, which is pretty cool.
Hey Meta, what time is it?
You could also now get step-by-step directions, really helpful. You can customize all of your controls, and you can interact with your calendar. So you could set meetings and change things directly with your voice. So I could share that I really enjoy them. I use them every day. Having a camera and a video recorder with you at all times is handy, especially at things like conferences or at concerts. So I could just say, "Hey Meta, take a picture," and that's all it takes. So, it sends it right to my phone. So, that alone is really handy, but the translation stuff is amazing. Being able to go to a foreign country or just to speak with someone in another language and understand what they're saying makes a big difference, and it is expanding really quickly. So we will see what this actually does in education. There's a lot of partnerships happening, so it will be part of our future at some point. So just be aware of that. They say that, probably the typical cell phone is going away, and will be replaced by these wearable technologies in the next 5 to 10 years. So keep a lookout and have a fantastic year.